Welcome back to Stasis, Geek. My first question is, what the hell is going on with Disney, Lucasfilm, Star Wars? Because it seems not just as it's in a mess, but it's slowly going down the toilet. And it's treating, let's say, beloved, just the characters, because actors can get replaced, with mistreatment. Temuera Morrison, Django, Boba Fett, Mr. Fett, let's call him, was supposed to be in season 3 of Mandalorian and never got a phone call. One, I could see you being a bit peed off if you're an actor and you're going to be in it. We'll give you a call, yeah, and we'll fly you out and get your scenes done. No, it's not ringing. What's going on? It's just rude. One thing, but also he's come out after doing an appearance and kind of just saying that the Mandalorian ruined his show. Now, we know from other interviews he was right, as the whole premise of Boba Fett was he didn't speak that much. There was a mystery about him, and he should have kept his helmet on, done a Judge Dredd, and literally said hardly anything. And his actions spoke louder than his words. But, well, Mando guy stole a few chapters of my book. I'm sure this guy is ruining my show. But I couldn't say anything. I'm not the writer. I have to bear with it, I guess. It's a game. It's like Mark Hamill telling Ryan Johnson, what are you doing to my character? And it's like, they're like, you would think if you're a writer and you've got somebody who's got 30 years invested, let's say, in a character, they might have some insight. They might have been living the character for a few years. You might want to get their knowledge, their kind of bit of base of how to write their character. But it just shows from what we know that has come out about the sequels. We kind of just made it up as we went along. The next scene, we're writing it as we go along. There wasn't, who is Rey? Just make it up. Oh, Kenobi, Palpatine, Skywalker, nobody, whatever. What fits today? Oh, this might fit. Just run with it. Again, it's like the Book of Boba Fett was rushed. They didn't know what to do with it to get something out. And then we had the Mandalorian sprung in there. Now, the only thing you can think of, especially with the Grogu situation, because at the end of season 2 of the Mandalorian, he should have stayed with Luke. There's no arguments there, because in season 3, it's pointless. So, it must be an executive looking at the analytical figures, not the show itself, not how badly written these shows are, how diminished the characters are in these shows. They're looking at the analytics. They see season 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian did so well. Yeah? Book of Boba Fett didn't do so well. Yeah? All these shows, aren't doing well. Kenobi's diminished viewings. Season 3 of The Mandalorian, people checked out. Yeah? Andor, nobody watched it. So what is they can come out with? What made season 1 and 2 great about The Mandalorian? Now, was it the bounty hunting? Was it the adventures of Mando? Or was it Baby Yoda? They introduced that hike. Oh, the merchandise sales for Baby Yoda at the time was huge. And then Grogu, huge. And we managed to remarket it. Put a different label on. People still bought it. The executives are looking at those. What was the outcome of season 1 and 2? It was Grogu. So without Grogu, these shows won't work. The cuteness. It doesn't matter how badly written they were, because you can guarantee now these executives who are kind of going, this is what you got to do, this is the final thing. Did you watch the series? No, I'm just looking at the figures. So these are what they're doing, is they're destroying these characters, not purposely. They're destroying because of bad writing. But the executives must be now, they're not held accountable because they're just going, analytics. What will give us the marketing money? Grogu work. I need more Grogu. Don't care about the story. Just plug him in there. And the Book of Boba Fett, could it have been great? It could have been amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't have called it a Book of Boba Fett. I found that stupid anyway. Just call it something else so you can do some bounty hunting in it. Fennec Shand and him, boom, bounty hunting. It would be brilliant. No, what we got was, make the Tusken Raiders kind of the downtrodden. I don't know. It was pointless, wasn't it? But yeah, it's. So I feel, sorry for the actors were invested. Morrison, he is invested. He wants to be, he wants to be the Fett, yeah? Well, like you can put him in the, as a clone, couldn't you, at one point? But they just literally, I don't get what they're doing, if that makes sense. Because now it's been announced as well, we're not going to invest in Luke Skywalker. We don't want to bring that forward going forward. Now, I understand why you want to do that in a stupid way. Because you want people to be invested in Rey. Because you've announced that movie. You've announced the Acolyte. You've announced all these, like, another High Republic and the 2001 going forward. The beginning of the Jedi Order. Okay, so you want to get away from the Skywalker saga. But you've got a lot of people heavily invested in these characters. Now, if you write these characters well or give them good cameos, like the end of season 2, it makes sense to drive that character forward as the link between everyone, especially if you're doing that time slot. I cannot get away with at the moment. Is they've stuck it in there with this powerful Jedi, yeah? And a Force wielder Ahsoka. They're powerful at the moment. And we're just going to ignore that in the universe, in the galaxy. It just doesn't make sense. But it's good now. I'm happy that, not vindicated, because we can never be vindicated about Star Wars, because all we want is a good show. A good written show. Not for marketing reasons, because if it's good, we buy it. We just want good written, keep it flowing and keep the galaxy building. Not we're just dumping stuff on a piece of paper and run with it. And if we get on set, we're going to change it. So it's at the moment, Star Wars has been downgraded to a. I wouldn't even call it a Saturday daytime TV show, because some of them are good. It's like the beyond of badness at the moment of just what are we getting? Because we should be getting better. Even if you're the biggest Disney defender out there, you've got to look at this and be like, we could get so much better. Not spend 100 million, just better writers. How can you not make a cohesive storyline that fits in with everything you're doing? And I have always said, if they're going to keep the sequels, you can keep them. But go hard linking it all up, make the storyline right, fix the problems that just were there to go, maybe the Rey one might do. Very much doubt it, because you've got the lead up to it. That still is disjointed. But it is now disjointed in a way they just don't have a plan. Now, how can you not have a plan with a writer's room? You've got everybody, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, they're whacking feces on a whiteboard and running with it. Yet we've seen their notes, it's all online, of absolutely away from the Star World universe. It's all about tick, 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 tick. What about the story? Don't need that. We just need content and a tick box to get that tax relief. But you've got loads of fans that know the story ins and outs. Don't you want to kind of bless them with some good storytelling. No. We can just make it up as we go along, and they eat it up. Well, they're not eating it up, are we? Because the shows are diminishing, the toy sales are diminishing, the brand is kind of being dragged into the depths, and you're not honouring legacy characters. Soon as you do that, ooh, you're hurting the brand. Yeah. Now, Boba Fett's mystery, Morrison's ideal of do not speak, would have been great. It would have been Fennec Shand and then Boba just bang, bang, bang. A female lead with Boba Fett as the kind of, they're like a cohesive sidekicks, one-on-one, doing bounty hunting. Get to see some different worlds, get to see do aliens, would have been good. Link up with Mando at the end because of the factions. It would have been interesting. Get Crimson Dawn in there. Would have been interesting. And that's just 2 seconds of my ideas off the top of my head. And how they do not run with this. What I love to see their notes to start the Book of Boba. And then go, that executive over there, who's been eating 5,000 donuts and wiping his own feces in his mouth, wants us to bring Grogu into this and have 2 episodes about Mando because people love the Mandalorian. And season 3, we need to bring Grogu back. So can we just dump 2 episodes in here? What's Boba doing in these episodes? He won't be in them. It'll be just, stealing the fund of the Book of Boba Fett, and it'll be the Mando episodes. Because if you take them 2 out, they should have been the start of season 3. And then that episode 1 was a meh episode, but it was there to do a catch up of, if you didn't see Book of Boba Fett, but you would still be confused. But honestly, it's a worry, because if you come out with this comment, Morrison's come out with this comment, you're going to piss off some executives, aren't you? What? He's slagging off the brand. Now, he's right. They haven't got a clue what they're doing. And the diminished Boba Fett, it's correct. But it's just the mess of Disney at the moment with all the sackings, everything else. Just trying to get your house in check and not realising what your brand is about. Theme parks, fun, family, and then going on with animation, good writing, good storytelling, fun for all. Wholesome fun. Yeah? But wholesomeness comes from good writing, exciting product. And we're getting this product. And it is a product now. Because that's what it is. It's just bad. It's just like, they're going to put a Jedi on it. We're going to buy the Jedi. But we're not. So it's a shame. I'm guessing he's kind of, his agent has kind of told him they're never going to come back. They've moved on. They're coming out of this end of the Mando one. They're probably going to do 1 or 2 seasons. I don't think they're going to come back for 4. But then they're moving on. They're going to move back with the Acolyte, go heavy with the New Republic. My thoughts on that, I've said it before. And then they're going to go with the Rey. Now, if that fails, what goes on from Star Wars? Okay. They can bring Finn back. They can bring Poe back. They can bring Burn Boy back. Whatever. But if that doesn't get you the... I'm not even on about the box office. I'm on about revamping the brand. Getting people to buy in the stores. Because that was Star Wars. That's how they made their money. What happens from there? What actually happens? I'm guessing Kathleen Kennedy will have to be fired if she wants to, I'll keep the Black Book, but I'll move along now, because these projects just can't be held by executives who have the knowledge of the love of Star Wars, the creativity, the galaxy building, the fun, what you used to get immersed in now. Not going on, oh, I loved it, and I'm going to shout at somebody on Twitter. That's not That's not Star Wars. Star Wars was built from, the fun of this space opera. Now it's turned into this TV, kind of mismanaged sci-fi program. Because if you take a lot of them, take the word Star Wars off, it could be set anywhere. And it's not all about Jedi, but it's about Force, the good and evil. You've got to have that mystery. You've got to have that kind of mythological nuance about Star Wars that has completely been diminished by this writing group who haven't got a clue what they're doing, the foresight to drive it forward, the insight to actually write a good show that will develop into other great parts of the galaxy and other timelines, and executive looking at data and not realizing why people aren't buying into it is just because the shows are rubbish and you're destroying legacy characters. Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker, Kenobi, you're literally diminishing them, making them tiny to move what forward? Nothing. Exactly. Moment of silence is all they do, because I'm guessing they have that instrumental thing that we've got to do. But what is the storyline? How does it drive the product forward? It doesn't. We just need a good little hang on again, a little moment like Grogu. Grogu cells are selling. No, they're not. They're diminishing again because it was there. It was a fun little, that's cool, isn't it? And instead of going, let's go hard in with the Mandalorians, get them troops out there and make the Mandalorians look cool, but with a bit of hardship and feel sorry for them, they went, let's reset and we're back to square one and we're just going to go again. Yeah. So if you go again, even with, let's go season 4. So we're not going back to Tatooine, because if you go back to Tatooine, Morrison's got to come back. That statement is an agent saying, again, they're not calling. And he just went, that's rude. I've had enough. I'm too old to care about it, but I love the thing. I'm going to tell the fans what I think because they have the right to know that this is being mismanaged and destroyed the love of Star Wars. And it's a bit of a shame and a letdown. Always a letdown. But yeah, I'm... How many times Mark Hamill kind of stated, just there, about The Last Jedi, about The Force Awakens. Them little niggly bits. He saw it, and people still defend it. Now, he's never going to come out because unless they go, we're done, we're never going to use you again, you're out of it. He might say in 10 years' time what he thinks. Yeah, but I'm guessing he's written something hard in stone that he cannot, or he'll be sued. Exactly why George Lucas hasn't come out. We've heard the rumours behind the scenes, but he's never going to say it in front of anybody who's recording. So, the status of the Disney Plus shows, yeah, we'll have to see what the next spin-off is going to be. The next found adventure, of the Jedi, was it, So, just throw your hands up, isn't it, moment? But yeah, Boba Fett, Mr. Fett Morrison, let's call him. Yeah, he's come out with that comment. What do you think about the comment? Is he right to say it, or should he kept stum and just let the executives run the show? You're paid actor, you act. You don't need to talk. But give us your thoughts in the comments below and give us a like if you want to like. As always, Stasis Geek out.